back to Broke Dinner. How you guys doing? Today we're gonna go through a little bit more of a refined dish, and it's gonna be stuffed chicken leg quarters with some cauliflower and some broccoli. Now, here are the basic ingredients which we're going to use today, okay? And I'm really not going to try and use anything additional. I have a little bit of leftover cooked rice. I have a little bit of curry powder. I have a little bit of broccoli here, some cauliflower, some deboned chicken thighs, chicken leg quarters. I have a little bit of leftover lamb fat from our Sunday roast yesterday, which I'm going to try and figure out how to get in. We're going to need some butter. We're going to need some milk. I have a seasoning salt mixture here, which is pretty much just salt, white pepper, and dehydrated garlic. I have some parsley and I have some onions. So first thing we want to get onto is actually stuffing the chicken legs. And we want to make our mixture for our stuffing for the chicken. So I have some onion here, some onions which I've just pretty much just diced nicely. We'll get that mixed with the rice. I'm gonna get some chopped parsley. We want to get this chicken lightly seasoned. Also the minced thighs, get that seasoned a little bit. And we're gonna mix this all together. Okay, now we're ready to get these chicken legs stuffed, and we just grab our rice. And it seems as if I've made far too much more stuffing than we're gonna need, but that's okay. Now, remember, just get it in the cavity that's filled out here on top of the skin, and get it well stuffed in there. Remember, this is seasoned on both sides of the chicken as well. You always season both sides, salt, pepper. You really want to get that nicely stuffed in here. It's almost like wrapping a parcel package. Check to see how full it is. Okay, that's one. Okay, now when they're finished, you really want to get them to look like this. At which point you can either wrap them or tie them, or you could actually just go ahead and roast them like this. So I have a little bit of saran wrap or cling film, and I'm just going to get this here onto the saran wrap. So I just get this onto the saran wrap, come up and around it. So we get it here to give it, and this, the main purpose of this is to give it a nice shape. So we wrap around. And twist. You really want to twist this into a nice ball shape. And then a little bit of foil paper, and we repeat the process. You just get it up to about here. That is one finished. Put it in your baking tray, and this will take about 30 to 35 minutes in your oven. Okay, now we're going to get on to making our curried cauliflower puree. So, what I have here, I have roughly 1 head of cauliflower, which I'm just going to get shaved down nicely. Okay, so now that I've gotten all of my cauliflower nicely sliced and ready for the puree, we're going to go ahead and start getting some butter reduced and melted. I have some homemade curry powder here. Here I just have combined some chili, some cumin, some a little bit of fenugreek, a little bit of star anise, and also I have allspice and some cloves, ground cloves, white pepper, and that's it. Butter nicely melted. In goes my cauliflower. And if you had seen our preparation for how to make a soup, it's almost identical. I remember to season at this point. After this has been sweat down for about 3 minutes, I'm gonna start adding my curry powder or my masala powder. Our cauliflower has begun to brown quite nicely. And that curry is cooked through a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some milk. So I have a little bit of some raw cauliflower and some broccoli. I have a pot of salted boiling water here. So I'm just going to blanch these down for a minute. At the end, when everything's ready to come together, I'm just going to go and fry them off in a little bit of butter, just to give them a little bit of caramelization. And since I actually have some lamb fat, maybe I'll just caramelize them in some butter and some lamb fat. So this just for about, I'd say 1 minute, bring the water back to a boil, and then drain, and then cool. Alright, so it's been about half an hour, and let's see how these are doing. Oh man, they feel lovely. So we're just going to remove this here. Now it goes back in. Alright, so our chicken's out. We took it out with some butter here and some lamb fat. And I'm just going to get our vegetables in here. I've cut them in half, getting them face side down, just so that they take the maximum amount of color, so we can get a nice contrast and flavor. And we are almost about ready to start eating. As you can see here, I kept some of the raw cauliflower and some of the cauliflower florets from the inside, as well as the broccoli florets from the inside. Why? Because I think the rawness gives a nice contrast and texture, and I like raw vegetables. Just a little bit of lime juice, a dash of chili oil. Always remember to season. Puree nice and reheated. So nice. That color is what I want there. For the puree, not sure what I'm doing as yet, but let's see. Just a little bit of chili oil just to finish it, moisten it a little bit. Okay, and there you have it. Ballotine of chicken stuffed with rice and a variation of cauliflower and broccoli finished with a little bit of chili oil. Hope you guys liked it, enjoy, and remember, thumbs up, subscribe, and share. BrokeDinner.